Hey there, how you guys doing? We're back for another week to get through together. At least that's the idea. And let's just talk a little bit about human decency and courtesy to others. Emotional connection, I guess. Well, here, I'll start with this. Today, coming back from class, I was out on the bench, sitting and just enjoying the general warm air. It's kind of cooling down for fall, which is nice. But I saw this guy out by the road, and he was checking his phone, or he was doing something that I didn't quite recognize or understand, and he was wearing very thick sunglasses. And it wasn't until I saw with him a companion pet, a dog, that I realized this man was blind. And I thought for a second that that was rather unique, that I don't normally see a lot of blind people with seeing eye dogs on a regular basis, especially on campus. Pulling around the corner, while these two kids, they'd stop their car. The one guy in the passenger seat sticks his hand out the window and proceeds to wave emphatically. And as they're driving away, yells at this blind guy, "I'm waving at you! Hey, I'm waving at you! Can you tell?" And then they drive off laughing. And it all happened in maybe 10 seconds or less. And it didn't even seem to faze this guy. So whether or not he heard it, I guess, wasn't even taken into consideration. But I thought to myself, how many times does that happen to him on a regular basis? He was young enough that I would believe he was taking classes at the campus too. Just to think that someone would enjoy making a joke at the expense of someone else less fortunate, for what? What did he gain from that? Now, thinking back on it now, part of me wishes I would have approached this guy and talked with him, but that's just me being a bit too much of a chicken with public socialization. People I don't know, you know, so it's... But that's a thing, right? But all of that aside, it's still remarkably easy to be kind and courteous. Honestly, give it a shot, really. You don't have to be an upbeat, happy person to help someone else or to brighten someone else's day. You don't need to even hold a smile on your face 24/7. I don't want to see you faking it. What's more uplifting is to see someone who's honest and genuine in their kindness. That's what we need more of. Don't check a box off. Don't help me because you feel you need to do something in the day to feel better about yourself. That's never going to work for you or for anybody that you're trying to help. It's not going to happen. If you're going to help somebody or say something kind, you need to genuinely mean it. The idea behind this, guys, is that it's not for you what you're doing. It's for that other person. You don't even want them to necessarily feel good about you. It's making that person feel good about themselves. Because honestly, how many of you out there struggle with self-worth or self-esteem? How many of you look in the mirror and are okay with who's looking back? Some people really aren't. And sometimes just you saying or doing something really small, like even opening a door for somebody, can be surprising. Can make them stop and think and shift their entire day and turn it around. I don't mean that you gotta go out and bake a stranger a cake, although I'm sure somebody out there would really appreciate that. I know there's a time that I'd appreciate that. And then what about the people that you do know? People that you are really close to and deeply care about? What happens then when they're going through things that sometimes they don't want to talk about, they don't want to share? And you can't force anybody to talk about something they don't want to talk about. I think sometimes, though, that lack of communication, it scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it does. Just because I see so much of that already on a daily basis, and I know what it can do to tear things apart. That it's become something ingrained in me that is something that I struggle with, that I don't enjoy about myself, but it's there. At the same time, it's just learning that balance between when to be there for somebody just to be there, or when to be there to listen, or to offer advice, or, as it was so eloquently put to me, to pull someone out of the puddle and to stare at the puddle and go, yep, that's a puddle. It sucks. But hey, you're outside now. So what can we do to clean it up? And then it sucks even worse when you happen to be going through something and that other person happens to be going through something as well. Then you need to take time. Like, I appreciate some of your guys' comments on these videos. I really do. I don't think any of you really do this, but it is just a word of warning, Don't put me so much on a pedestal. And I won't do that to other people either. I don't do that to anybody I know, because I know that everybody has flaws, and everybody makes mistakes, and that's the point. If you don't put someone on a pedestal and make them perfect in your mind, when they do make a mistake, it doesn't become unforgivable. It's just part of being human. And I think a big part of relationships is understanding somebody else's flaws, seeing the mistakes they make, and being able to love them regardless. You really care about somebody. You see past those things. You don't dismiss them. I'm not saying you dismiss them. They don't cease to have meaning. But you understand a deeper why to it, And I'm going to say you really can't love a person for who they were or who you think they're going to be. You need to be able to love the person as they are right now. Everything about them, who they are right now. Ask yourself, can you do that? Is the answer yes? Okay. That's all I got, I think. That's kind of what's been on my mind today, this morning. Thanks for sitting down and talking with me about it. And just remember, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna be okay. You're not alone. You are not. You're never alone. And remember, life is a play. And the play is the thing.